This winter, fly Minneapolis-St. Paul to Ireland with Aer Lingus. Fly direct to Dublin and enjoy Ireland's warm hospitality, incredible food, history and culture. Smart says fill your heart with Ireland. Smart flies Aer Lingus. Book now at aerlingus.com.
"21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters." "Where?" "Well, how do you know he was killed?" "Now, where is this? Between 3rd and Lexington or 2nd and 3rd? Well, who found him?" "Oh. Looks like he what?"
"You are in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct."
"Now, look. The officers will be there right away. Well, keep everybody from there if you can. That's right. Keep them back. The officers will be right there. You just stay around until they come."
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I am the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. It was 10 minutes after 8 a.m. I signed the blotter after I turned out the platoon and left the station house at the end of my night tour after having been on duty since 4 o'clock the previous afternoon. The morning was dark and chilly, and it appeared that we were in for some snow. I walked to the corner and up Lexington a half a block to the barber shop.
Come in. Come in. You're next, Captain. No waiting this morning.
How are you, Joe?
Oh, no complaints. I take your coat.
Oh, thanks.
And the hat.
Yep.
In the chair, Captain. You go to the fight last night, Captain?
No, I was working.
Boy, some fight. It was some fight.
Yeah?
I don't know how the guy stood on his feet as long as he did. I don't know. Well, what'll it be this morning? The work?
No, just a haircut, Joe.
Just a haircut, yeah. So how's the police business?
Quiet.
Knock on wood, huh?
Knock on wood.
I guess that is the only business in the world when you're in it, you like it to be quiet. Oh, you want a little more off on the top this time, Captain? Or about the same?
Oh, about the same.
About the same. You come into work or going?
Oh, I just signed out.
Oh. I never could get straight how you work. Days, nights, what?
Oh, I've been on the job since 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I was off at 8, and I'm not due back until 8 tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
Until 6 tomorrow night.
Boy, some hours. Especially that 4 in the afternoon to 8 in the morning deal. Like the fighter last night. How could you stand on your feet?
It's not so bad, Joe. If things quiet down about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a little sleep on the couch in my office.
It's not like being home in the bed, believe me.
I believe you, Joe.
Oh, they must be police department paydays. 2 customers, 2 policemen. Oh, Captain. How about Sherry? You next.
Coley?
Lieutenant Gorman told me you thought you said you were coming here.
What's doing?
Said tell you we've got a homicide, Captain.
Where?
78th Street near 3rd Avenue. Homicide? What's that, murder? Unidentified male, about 35 years old.
Shot?
They don't know yet, Captain. DPM has a street cut open for a new sewer connection there. Men came to work this morning, found the body at the bottom of the hole. Looks like a ride job. Some people...
Hey, Joe, take this thing off, will you?
How can you go out unfinished?
I'll be back.
It would be a good idea, believe me.
Are you in a car or on foot, Coley?
Sector car 2, Captain. I was instructed if you were here and wanted to take a ride over there to drop my partner on post and drive you.
I want to go, yes.
I helped you with a coat, Captain.
Thanks, Joe. What time did the call come in, Coley?
Oh, about 14 minutes after 8, Captain. Don't forget to come back, Captain.
I'll be here.
Okay, because walking around like that, you're no recommendation for my work.
I drove to the scene in sector car number 2 with Patrolman Coley. It had started to snow, and the flakes were coming down thick and wet as we pulled into the block. On the job were sector car number 1, the sergeant's car, and the detective squad car. There were 2 trucks from the office of the borough president, Manhattan, parked near the street cut. And a dozen laborers who came to continue work on the sewer connection to a building under construction were standing around trying to keep warm. Sergeant Waters had pressed them into service to aid in keeping civilians back on the sidewalk and, incidentally, to keep the laborers out of the way. Coley pulled the car up as close as he could manage. All right, park it down the block, Coley. Yes, sir. No sense in tying this up any worse. Excuse me there, will you? Police officer coming through here, huh? Sergeant Waters?
Hello, Captain.
Now, what's it look like?
Well, there he is, down the hole. All right, mister. I told you to stay behind a barricade. Now stay behind there.
Who found him?
The laborers came to work on his sewer connection at 8. One of them spotted the body and their foreman rang in.
Uh-huh.
Now, look, mister, I'm not going to tell you again.
Well, the detectives got on the job fast enough, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
I'll go talk to Lieutenant King.
Look, you're no better than anybody else. Stay behind that barricade.
Hello, Matt.
Hello, Captain.
What do we got, Matt?
Looks like homicide, all right, Captain.
Who is he?
No idea yet. We're waiting for the medical examiner and a photographer. Should be here any minute.
Is that how we found him?
Yes, sir. Right down there at the bottom of the trench.
Well, this is a pretty busy street. Surprising somebody didn't notice him before 8 o'clock. Where was the man on post?
Oh, I thought that too at first, Captain, but that slip's only 2 feet wide and about 4 feet deep. From the side, somebody'd have to get almost to the edge of the trench to see the body. Nobody passed close to this edge because of that dirt piled on both sides. No one could see into the hole from that end because of the wooden barricade there along the sidewalk. That motor compressor blocks the view at the other end.
No idea how long the body's been in there.
No, sir. The crew quit working at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Any time between dark last night and dawn this morning.
I got the names and addresses of all the BPM crew, Lieutenant.
Good.
Oh, hello, Captain.
Vitaly?
The foreman wants to know how long it'll be before they can get on the job here.
You better tell them it'll be an hour at least. We're waiting for the medical examiner, the homicide squad, and the photographer.
Yes, sir. I'll tell them.
What makes you so sure it's homicide, Matt? He could have been drunk, fallen in there.
You haven't had a close look at him, Captain. He got it working over. He couldn't have gotten banged up that way falling into the ditch. He was thrown in there. Probably dragged out of the car and dumped.
Any sign of a gunshot wound?
He might have been shot. We can't tell from the position the body's in. We'll know more about that when we can move him.
There wasn't any sign of anything in these piles of dirt, was there? If the body was dumped, whoever did it had to walk across these piles of dirt.
There might have been, Captain, but there isn't now. When the first officer got on the scene, those 12 laborers were all over the place. Well, looks like this might turn into a pretty heavy snowstorm.
Yeah, it does.
All I need, a homicide case, and go home and shovel the snow.
Captain Kennelly.
Yes, Sergeant?
I just rang in. Lieutenant Gorman told me there's a report of a safe burglary.
In this precinct?
Yes, sir. The Fernhill Radio and Appliance Company, 734 East 82nd Street. They opened up the store this morning and found that burglars had been in during the night. They tried to get the safe downstairs, apparently. They found at the bottom of the steps unopened.
Did the desk officer ring the squad?
Yes, sir. Gave it to Novak. Novak notified the safe and loft squad and then went himself. He and Whitey Howard.
All right, thanks, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Well, you don't have to worry about shoveling any snow, Matt. You won't get home until it thaws.
You are listening to 21st Precinct, a factual account of the way police work in the world's largest city. Moving to Friday nights. After this evening's program, listen for these police cases at their new night and time, beginning 1 week from this Friday. Don't forget, Captain Kennelly and his hard-working enforcers of the law will bring you their thrilling assignments again beginning Friday, December 4th, on most of these same CBS radio stations. Now back to 21st Precinct and Captain Frank Kennelly.
Within another few minutes, detectives from the Manhattan East Homicide Squad and a deputy medical examiner had arrived at the scene. While the Homicide Squad photographer made the required pictures, Lieutenant King, as the ranking officer of the Detective Division present, dictated to the Homicide Squad stenographer a detailed description of the position and appearance of the body and of the surrounding conditions. No identification of any kind was found in the pockets of the victim. The medical examiner reported to Lieutenant King that preliminary observation revealed no gunshot wounds. Death appeared to have been caused by a fractured skull. Finally, Patrolman Adam Austin, the first member of the force at the scene, placed a UF-95 tag on the body, and it was removed to the Bellevue morgue for identification and autopsy. And the investigation began. I then went to the scene of the safe burglary at 734 East 82nd Street. Detectives of both the safe and loft squad and the 21st squad were on the job. The uniformed officers had already resumed patrol. I returned to the barber shop. Joe completed my haircut, and I walked around the corner to the station house where Lieutenant Gorman was desk officer and Sergeant Waters was now on telephone switchboard duty.
Hello, Captain.
Sergeant?
Mrs. Kennelly called.
Oh, for the love of... I forgot the phone. I got tied up.
Well, I explained it, Captain. I told her we had a homicide and a safe burglary.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
She said call her when you get a chance.
Yeah, I will as soon as I find the block.
Yes.
Hello, man.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. How many dogs? Well, there's no law against people having dogs, lady. I know. Well, but lady, you'll have to take that up with your landlord. If he promised he wouldn't rent to anybody with dogs, that's between you and him. Well, madam, there's nothing we can do about it. All right. You're welcome.
What was that, Bill?
She's allergic to dogs. Family's moving into a building with two of them.
Oh.
Hello, Captain.
Man, I want to see you.
I'd like to see you too, Captain.
Well, how's it going?
Nothing much yet.
Come on into my office.
Well, for a minute, Captain Fleischer's upstairs talking to those two men from the borough president's office.
Oh, go ahead.
Thanks. The captain of the homicide squad is on his way up with the chief of detectives.
Any identification on him yet?
No, I just spoke to Vitale. They rolled some prints off the man as soon as they got him to the Bellevue morgue. He just brought them into BCI, and they're trying to get a make on him now.
The man wasn't shot or stabbed, was he?
No, sir. The medical examiner says death was apparently caused by a fractured skull. He's got other marks and bruises all over him. One thing's sure, the fall into the ditch couldn't have done it. He was dead before he got anywhere near the ditch. What I wanted to find out is, you were up at the safe burglary, right, Captain?
Yeah, man.
Well, I've been running around in circles around this other deal. Haven't had a chance to speak to Novak and Howard about that.
They were up there, and two men from the safe and lock squad.
I've got the district captain upstairs now, the chief of detectives, and probably the borough chief are on their way. They'll have to start throwing questions at me on the safe job. Haven't even been over there.
Well, they didn't get anything out of there, Matt. It was a bust.
Yes, I know that.
It was this radio and appliance store. They gained entry through a side door, the freight entrance. Jimmy, the night lounge. Apparently, they went straight upstairs to the office on the balcony, tried to rip the safe. Didn't get very far with it. Might have thought they needed more tools or more time. Decided to carry it out. Apparently, it got away from them coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
Must have made a lot of noise, and they left in a hurry. They left all their tools on the job.
Probably stolen.
Probably. Come in.
Excuse me a second, Captain.
Yes, Sergeant.
There's a woman out there talking to Lieutenant Gorman.
Yes?
Her husband didn't show up at home last night.
And?
Captain, sounds to me like she's talking about the man that was found in the ditch.
Did you say anything to her?
No, sir.
Ask her to come in here.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Bolney,
Yes?
could you step in here a minute, please?
You don't mind, Captain.
No? Oh, that's all right, man.
Do they know something?
Come in, Mrs. Bonley.
Yes. Yes, I'm much obliged.
All right, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Just sit down, please.
Do you have Phil here? Arrested, I mean.
No, we don't.
Oh. I thought you did.
How do you spell your name?
Bolney. Bolney.
Your husband's first name is Phil.
Yeah, that's right.
What's your first name?
Louise.
Where do you live, Mrs. Bonley?
At 3422 Lewis Avenue in the Bronx. I was led to believe that you did have Phil here. I thought he was arrested.
Well, what made you think that?
Well, he said he had some business last night. He left right after supper, and he said he'd be home at 1 o'clock, no later. Well, about 11 o'clock, I turned off the radio and went to bed. Slept all night. When I woke up this morning, he wasn't in the bed. I don't know. I couldn't imagine what happened.
Does he ever stay out all night?
Well, late sometimes, but never all night. He always comes home, no matter what time in the morning, always. He don't drink much, so I'm never worried about that. A few beers, maybe.
I still don't understand what made you think he was arrested.
A detective called.
And spoke to you?
No, not to me, to the super of the building. We don't have a telephone.
Did the detective leave his name?
He just told the super if I'd come to the 21st Precinct, they'd know all about Phil.
Did the super say the man told him he was a police officer?
Well, I don't know, but what else could he be? He said, come to the 21st Precinct.
Mrs. Bonley, how old is your husband?
34 in March.
Do you know his height? How tall he is?
Well, not so tall, maybe 4 or 5 inches taller than me.
About 5'9".
About 5'9", yes. Listen, don't you know anything? I mean, well, who'd call and say such a thing? And Phil not coming home.
Has your husband ever been arrested?
Well, he's been in a little trouble, yeah.
What kind of trouble?
He was away.
Where?
Sing Sing. But he's been all right. He's had no trouble since he's been back. No trouble at all. He was getting along fine. He's got a job. He's working every day. And and the parole officer says he was doing very well.
You said he was in the habit of staying out late at night. He's not supposed to do that if he's on parole.
It's not often.